everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. So sorry we can't do live today. Miss Ellis is having surgery this morning, but I will be back later this week, hopefully. So today, look in your packet and you'll see 2 sheets just like this, as well as a piece of construction paper. Your piece of construction paper may be green and it may be orange. Miss Ellis chose green because that's my favorite, but green and orange are very seen in the story. So first off, you're going to listen to the story again, and then I'll explain what we're going to do.
Hi everybody. Today I'm going to be reading you Tops and Bottoms, adapted and illustrated by Janet Stevens. And if we look here at our book, there's something that's a little bit interesting about it. Here's our spine. Normally a spine would go like this, typically. But in this book, our spine is up at the top. So when I open my book, I'm going to be opening it this way, which is a little bit different than how we usually do it. And if I look here at our picture, this illustration kind of goes with our title, Tops and Bottoms. Because look at the top of the page here, shows the top of all these plants, and the roots are down here at the bottom. So maybe we're getting some clues about what's going to happen in the story. And if I look closely here, I see we've got a character who we don't know who he is yet, but our character looks very sleepy and taking a nap. Once upon a time, there lived a very lazy bear who had lots of money and lots of land. His father had been a hard worker and a smart business bear, and he had given all of his wealth to his son. But all Bear wanted to do was sleep. Not far down the road lived a hare, and a hare is another word for a rabbit. Although Hare was clever, he sometimes got into trouble. He had once owned land too, but now he had nothing. He had lost a risky bet with a tortoise and had sold all of his land to Bear to pay off the debt. Hare and his family were in very bad shape. "The children are so hungry, Father Hare. We must think of something," Mrs. Hare cried one day. So Hare and Mrs. Hare put their heads together and cooked up a plan. And look, if you look real close right here, look what they used for a ladder to go down into their den. Do you see what they've made? It's like on the soda cans, what holds the 6-pack together, on it, that's the plastic they've used. That's pretty smart. And you can see, look at what they have. They have lots of family living with them in the den. They have lots of children, it looks like. The next day, Hare hopped down the road to Bear's house. Bear, of course, was asleep. "Hello, Bear, wake up. It's your neighbor, Hare, and I have an idea." Bear opened one eye and grunted. "We can be business partners," Hare said. "All we need is this field right here in front of your house. I'll do the hard work of planting and harvesting, and we can split the profit right down the middle. Yes, sir, Bear. We're in this together. I'll work and you sleep." "Huh?" said Bear. "So what will it be, Bear?" asked Hare. "The top half or the bottom half? It's up to you. Tops or bottoms?" Let's see," Bear said with a yawn. "I'll take the top half." Hare, "Right, tops." Hare smiled. "It's a done deal, Bear." You can see, look, they're trying to talk to the sleepy bear right there, and all the children are waiting. So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. Hare planted, Mrs. Hare watered, and everyone weeded. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the tops, and I get the bottoms." Hare and his family dug up the carrots, the radishes, and the beets. Hare plopped off all the tops, tossed them into a pile for Bear, and put the bottoms aside for himself. Do you notice anything about the bottoms of these vegetables that they planted? There's the bottoms. There's the tops, just like Bear asked for. Bear stared at his pile. But Hare, all the best parts are in your half. You chose the tops, Bear, Hare said. Now, Hare, you've tricked me. You plant this field again, and this season I want the bottoms. Hare agreed. It's a done deal, Bear. So, Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded. What do you think they're going to plant this time? Do you have an idea of what might be planted in the garden? Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! You get the bottoms and I get the tops." Hare and his family gathered up the lettuce, the broccoli, and the celery. Hare pulled off the bottoms for Bear and put the tops in his own pile. What do we notice now? Bear looked at his pile and scowled. "Hare, you have cheated me again." "But Bear," Hare said, "you wanted the bottoms this time." Bear growled, "You plant this field again, Hare. You've tricked me twice and you owe me one season of both tops and bottoms." "You're right, poor old Bear," sighed Hare. "It's only fair that you get both tops and bottoms this time. It's a done deal, Bear." So Bear went back to sleep, and Hare and his family went to work. They planted, watered, and weeded, then watered and weeded some more. Okay, what do you think they'll plant this time? If Bear's going to get the tops and the bottoms. Bear slept as the crops grew. When it was time for the harvest, Hare called out, "Wake up, Bear! This time you get the tops and the bottoms." There in front of Bear's house lay a high field of corn. Hare and his family yanked up every corn stalk. Hare tugged off the roots at the bottom and the tassels at the top and put them in a pile for Bear. Then he carefully collected the ears of corn in the middle and placed them in his own pile. Bear rubbed his eyes and watched. "See, Bear? You get the tops and bottoms. I get the middles. Yes, sir, Bear. It's a done deal." By now, Bear was wide awake. "That's it, Hare," he hollered. "From now on, I'll plant my own crops and take the tops, bottoms, and middle." Hare and his family scooped up the corn and hopped down the road toward home. Bear never again slept through a season of planting and harvesting. Hare bought back his land with the profit from the crops, and he and Mrs. Hare opened a vegetable stand. And although Hare and Bear learned to live happily as neighbors, they never became business partners again. And that's our story, Tops and Bottoms, by Janet Stevens.
All right, we're ready to get started. So what you're going to do, you can see this has all of our important words that we were talking about: trickster, fool, problem, solution, and lesson. So the most important things. And then it also has on this other side, because the text says this. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut this out. We're going to do the side with our vocabulary first. So just cut along the solid black line. And it'll look just like this. What you're going to do next is, you see the perforated line. You're only going to go about halfway, a little more than half, but do not go all the way because you want it to flip open. It's like a flip book kind of. And you want to make sure you got enough that you can make it stick to the paper too. So do that for all 5 little flips. All right, this is on the last one. You're going to put a little bit of glue down on your paper. You can do it horizontal or vertical, whichever way you choose. Miss Ellis is going to do it horizontal. But just a little bit of glue. We don't want to overdo the glue because then it'll stick too much. And just stick it along the glue. All right, we're going to do the same thing for the other side, and it'll go on the other half of the paper, or you can put it right up against it. Cut along the solid line again. And then cut along the dotted line, like I said, about 3/4 of the way over, just enough that it's still gonna flip. All right, put a little bit of glue on it. Not on the part that's cut, on the part that is still solid. And put it just a little bit beside it. All right, once you've done that, get it to stick real good. So you should see it, and it'll be able like little bitty flaps. And you can kind of bend them so they flap open, just like so. Right here in your blank part, I want you to write the title of the book. So the title of our book was, here, I got a marker right here. Tops and bottoms. And since it's a story, we're gonna put it in quotation marks. All right? So then what you're going to do, under each flap, you will answer the question. So, based on what you filled on your anticipation guide yesterday, you'll write, well, who the trickster was. Just write it with your pencil, a marker, crayon, whatever you have that you'd like to do. And then tell me why you think that's the trickster under this flap. Then you'll do the same for the fool, the problem, the solution, and the lesson. Now, don't get rid of this paper because you're going to use it again tomorrow. All right? Have a great rest of your day and have fun.